So we're not the ones setting the trend, creating the trends. We're not the ones setting the price. We're not intentional. We're not in a, we call them in Yoruba, we call it otolaye. You are in a different, people are not competing with you. You are not category, you're not defining the category, but this we are. Similar kind of product. Everybody is selling the same kind of hair. Everybody is selling the same kind of thing. Everybody using the same strategy, like buy my hair. Hey, that's what everybody is doing, you know. So the question you're asking yourself is, why is nobody thinking out of the box? Because everybody is caged in the box to do the same thing. Nobody is thinking anymore to want to rule. So the leadership shift. Stop asking how do we beat competitors. Please, let me first say something about that. Before you can lead, you must know what people in your industry that are leading today, what are they doing? Your goal is not to only beat them. Your goal is to position yourself that the leaders start following you. Meaning that, but you must be aware. So even though my goal is not to beat them, but you must be aware. That's why I said stop. Start asking, how do we become the person others follow? You see, the questions you are asking the world determine the answers the world releases to you. The world releases answers only when you are asking the right questions. But guess what? Anybody that is thinking rulership, we have ideas that can rule. Anybody that is thinking just followership, we only have followership ideas. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So, the inner game of winning organizations, I wrote something here, compete with self. That's number one. Self-competition drives dominance. Are you better than yesterday? Or are you still the same? Founders and entrepreneurs must be better every day. You know, what scares me most is, I don't know whether you are scared of the future, really. You see, if you look at what's happening, what's going to happen in the future, the poverty in the future, when people talk about AI, people don't really know what, it looks like still a gimmick. But it's a crazy one because there was a project we handled a while ago that we used 7 people to handle, and they handled it for like 2 months. That an API plugged into AI, handled it in 2 days. Those 7 people that work for 2 months don't have job again. I will never, because the API is 120K. Hello? The API is 120K. The people that were handling the job, they were earning 350, 400K. How do we waste money that way? Oh, are we doing CSR? No. There was a time that there's a lady that was working directly with me, that all she does is to help me book my flight and remind me that my flight is coming, to remind me that I have a flight. And the person also jots my meetings and deliver the minutes with mistakes. Like, maybe she's sleeping in the mind while we're in the meeting. I'm the one still reminding the person that, sorry, they said this now. Said, oh, yeah. So I became the person's PA. Now, so the person will release a minute to me that it doesn't have the minute, the real minute I need to know. Now, but you see, AI can record the minute without sleeping and deliver it with no error in 2 minutes or 3 and give me the style I want it without mistake. Why do I need that person to be in my meeting anymore? If that person role is not to think in the meeting, just to be looking like this in the meeting, why? It's even covering space because we'll pay more for food, we'll pay more for flights, just to be looking in the meeting. Why are you looking? Then get API. So what are we saying? In those days, data analysts made money, am I correct? Do you know this AI is coming for them? Everybody that did well in the last 5 years are going to be poor in the next 5 years. So those people that were saying, just go and do data analysis, you'll be okay. Then data analysis, it don't go. It don't go. All those things that jobs that people got $2,000 remote jobs, it don't go. Okay, you always call, your role in the company is to call customers. Hello, you made inquiry yesterday. Are you done it? It's going. Because they're agents. They will make those calls. The question, and they will not forget. Now, if they're meant to make 100 calls, they will make it. The other people will forget to make those calls. Those jobs are going. Think about the job that you are doing today and see that the reason is your MD is still illiterate. He's an illiterate of AI. The moment he knows that he's paying for nonsense, it will delete you. So it's illiteracy that will still give some people jobs. So Nigerians will still have jobs well in the next 4 years or 5 more, even when the world does not have those jobs again. Because we find the ad. They say we are black men. And they said if you want to keep something from a black man, put it in a book. So because we are in a black man environment, in the next 5 years, there's still job for Nigerians. Even though they've expired in the world. That's why when in Nigeria that is doing well here, just travel out sometimes, you see that there's no job for the person. They're wondering, but you're doing well in Nigeria. Go back to Nigeria. I was telling someone how many days ago, don't pray that Nigeria should change. He said, why? I said, if Nigeria change, you won't have job. Because you've been promoted for 15 years without education, without doing nothing. Even security abroad must be certified. Security in Nigeria can just wear uniform and start be security that day. Isn't it a good country? So when he decides he wants security, that's what qualifies him to open the door in Nigeria. Isn't it a good country? Now, look at how people celebrate driver license abroad. In the UK, the driver license is a big deal. People even give testimony for getting driver license in the UK. In Nigeria, you can get driver license just by being in your house. So, isn't it a good country that's making the incompetent competent? So why are we talking about a change in the country? If the country changes, you will lose your job. So it's a problem. So people don't even know what they're asking for. Because when we get to America, maybe we'll get to, what's this country? What's this country that moved from third world to first world? Singapore. If we become Singapore today, it's expatriates we will bring here to come and take the job. So we cannot run that now. So don't say, why can't Nigeria be Singapore? As you are saying that, you are losing your job. So please, watch what we are praying for. Because we don't think systemically in Nigeria. We think one way. Because if you think systemically, if this is plugged in the world, then it will affect you. But you are praying for what will affect you. Are you not seeing how we pray for change that you are not ready for? You're not preparing for, that God is answering your prayer by not bringing the change, and you say he's not doing well. He's doing well. He's a good God. He doesn't want you to be poor. That's why he's not answering. They don't ask how many Nigerians are dedicated to learning. I've been in learning space for 20 years. How many Nigerians are dedicated to learning? The question you're asking is, what are we talking about? So why you say God is not answering prayers? He's answering prayers in Nigeria. That's why people still have jobs. I don't know whether you understand me the way I'm thinking differently. I'm thinking in a way. So when we say, okay. My last 2 slides. This one. Okay. Okay, anyway, please, just keep praying. Because 1946, I have a song. Do you have that song? Any man, no, not that one. That song, 2046. Ilule, please play Ilule for me. Ilule. Please, you want to hear another song? Ilule Kosowolode. You see, they've been shouting Ilule. The way you are shouting here is in 1946. Is that? I'm telling you, you know the song? That's the song. You know the song? You see, they've been singing that song since 1946. And the God of 1946 has not answered their prayers. And we're still the song is still relevant. Have you seen when you are listening to Fela Anikulapo Kuti? You see that the song is sung in 1977. It's still relevant to what's happening to us now. Hello, just go and listen to Fela Anikulapo Kuti. It will look as if he's alive. Hello? Oh. You're not responding. So I don't just run anyhow. Think about it. Please, when you find it, tell me. I will stop for you to play the song. So that we all sing it together. No, let's move on. So, obsession. How many of us are obsessed with winning? Yeah, I must win. You know. So if you didn't win, but you had 98, but 99 won, you are still obsessed. You go and practice. You can learn that more in sports. Win 1 second, make that person lose, and will go 4 years again to prepare for 1 second. Hello? Have you seen that the person that won just beat the person just 1 second, and that person will get silver, and the first will get gold, and that person will come back again and say, I want to go and pay for 4 years to ensure I beat that guy with 1 second. Is that no sports? Do you know people win in sport by their nose? You call it nose edge, whereby you have long nose. And that's all. Just long nose alone will make you have gold. You have to work hard 4 years to come for another Olympics to have nose again that will win. Please play DJ. This is not DJing very well. It's not world class. This is not world class DJ. I don't know. It's not first class DJ. Yeah. Please find another version that this one is not good. Bring it down, please. Down. So be obsessed with winning. Winning is expected. Have you not seen whereby you won, but you said you didn't win. You said, sorry, what did others do that made them win? Because sorry, no. Why won't I be the one winning? Because you know that you must win. There's a level you get to that you know you are prepared for the day of battle. It means that by my preparation, he said, in Nigeria we talk about grace of God a lot. Say, I'm who I am by the grace of God, but not I. He said, if it's by preparation, I can still beat you to all. I still prepared more than all of you. So it's not about grace. It's about even my preparation is better than yours. Are you not seeing that? That's someone that knows what he's doing. That he knows that there's an assignment to ensure that by design you should win. But by grace, you now say, God now helped you. But God will not help you do what you should do yourself. He can do everything, but he won't help you stool. He can do everything, but he won't help you make your hair. How will you feel if by morning you just found your hair made? Hello, madam. Imagine you slept. Say, God, that party tomorrow I want to look beautiful. And by the time you woke up, you saw that you have braids on. Sorry, won't you go for deliverance? No, think about it. Won't you say, who's making my hair when I'm sleeping? Because God will scare you if he does those things for you. So you have to do some things yourself. Okay, so average is rejected. Please say average is rejected. Average is rejected. Whenever people are doing affirmations, I feel those affirmations are not strong enough. The affirmations that still have a sense of mediocrity inside. Average is rejected. Every single day when you sleep in your business, you're thinking, how will I get to the top? And you are designing. Even the way your customer service speak. Let me give you an example. I hired someone in customer service one day, and that person have been in customer service for so many banks and all, and that person met me the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day. I've taught the person how to pitch, how to talk. I said, but you say you've done it for 7 years. Who have you been talking to? Because you're not good at all. Then after a while, I said, we cannot work together. You cannot pick my calls. But that person I've worked in. So most people, when you join me, there's pressure. And I don't also like hiring people that have worked in places that they didn't give them pressure. Because they've been promoted using average. They were average, but they got promoted. So they've designed that average can help them through life. So when they meet me, and I'm trying to push them through, they get stressed. Because I'm trying to correct a pain that started from school days. Whereby they've never been the best in class at anything. So they don't understand the language of being the best in class. So it's a reconditioning of the mind every day that we do. It's like recondition. You see, Africa has a problem. Oh. I know. Have you seen companies you just go to and shine? Very soon their standards have been dropped, and you went there again, you're tired again, you're disappointed. Do you know when that happens? The mind of people you are installing are bad minds. Cannot power that kind of vision. Imagine your software is bad and it has bugs. The thing will not work well now. How can you power a good computer with a bad software? Because you are hiring human capital, human software, no body. Hello, ma'am. What do you actually pay for? In the days of slave trade, we pay for body. Whereby they check your body, they check your energy. They say, this one, you will sell well in the market. But have you not seen that Nigeria was still paying for slave trade? Because are you not seeing that self-care, physical care, sell more than mental care? Are you not seeing that women have budget for their face and for their body more than their mind? Are you not seeing people have big handset more than good mindset? Have you seen problem that this problem we have that somebody feels okay by having iPhone 17 when the mind cannot power iPhone 8? And that person is still looking good and say not what body can do. So it's a country that still prepare people for slave trade. Because slave trade era is the body they were, but it's just the muscle. But now it's what body can do. Think about your budget for the mind. Is it not the mind you don't think about? You think about what does not matter. Both matter, because if you don't look good, they will think you are also not. They will not. You address the book. However, when you open the book, you must see that the book has substance. And that's the challenge. We're still in slave trade, but it's a different kind of slave trade that we're doing now. So, mental rigor. To to own your industry, you need mental rigor. And clear thinking. Clear thinking means what I'm doing cannot help me grow.
Hello?
My managers can't decide.
Hello?
There's no accountability anywhere. They don't think like business leaders at all. I'm exhausted managing Ronaldo. It's my managers, they cannot take any role in leadership. They are not leadership ready.
Why complain when you can fix your managers? Managers that manage, the intervention that turns managers into owners of results. Stop calling us with complaints. Call us to register your managers.
What I'm doing cannot make me grow. Clear thinking. I don't deceive myself. I know the things that I'm not doing that's not still making me take over my industry. I know. So I pray to God not to give me the grace majorly to do the things I should do. So I'm not confused. So I don't go to God confused. Because there's something I should do that I've not done. Clear thinking. Because if I've done it, it's God to make it happen. The first time I wrote PMP, I failed. I read one book. So I saw too many questions that I've not seen before. The second time, I read about 7 books. So there was no question I didn't see. So I got above target. When I did Scrum, I had 97%. Now, that's pass mark. It's 85%. Then, that same day, I bought $350 book to ensure I can score the 3%. But I passed already. So, I'm not chasing that I passed. I'm chasing that I know. I'm putting energy to know the 3%, not the 97%. So, people were telling me that, your own is too much. Oh, why are you doing this again? But that's me. I want to know all because I'm teaching other people. So I need to teach them 100%. I don't have to teach them the 97%, even though that's not what they came to pay me for. So I stretch myself to do more for myself. So clear thinking means the way I am, I cannot do well in life. That's clear thinking. There's a cause and effect, what I should do differently. So you start thinking differently, strong decisions. I'm going to get to a point in my second session that you start seeing how you should make hard decisions in your business. If you don't, and you still, please record and keep what you're going to learn. You're going to come back to it 2 years' time. If that's where you want to start again. You know, a lot of people make decisions today, and they remember that decision and start again 2 years' time. Have you that happened to you? Say, I want to do this, I'll do it now. But you're going old already. So if you're not careful, you do it when you're old. But you have to do it. So you see those decisions as we're moving on. Emotional control. Being at the top, that guy, there's emotional control to climb type A. It's not easy. If you're someone weak that within no time you are crying, you cannot get to the top. Do you know emotional strength you need to have to get to the top? People don't have that strength. People break. Mental health. Just because you're carrying water. Sorry. If you're a Gen Z, can I? No. If you are Generation Y, probably you were born before like 1978, 1977. If you're born 1976, 1964, who's here born between 1965 and 1978? Good, thank you, ma. Do you know in those days, when I was growing up, when they say go and blend, my mother ensured that there was a blender. Now, we use stone to blend, and then when I'm trying to get to school by 7, we wake up 4:30 to go and fetch water because there's no pipe-borne water in the house. So even only few houses have a bowl is konga. You know, konga is this well that they use this thing. I don't know what they call it. Tum tum. Like this bag, like rubber. Tum tum. So you go and fetch, then you carry the water. Then do you know if the people today go through that, they have mental health? The health industry has, because of lack of emotional strength. People break easily with little challenge, little push. Have you not seen why when we started work, our employer will tell us when we don't deliver, we cannot go home. You say it now. That person will develop mental health now instantly. See, why would they say I should not go home? Why? You guys online tell me, and they have mouth. They start lost, because they are the highest majority online. So when their conversation start trending, and everybody will say, yes, I have one employer too. Nonsense people. No. Are you wondering what are they told you to do? Just to push yourself a bit. Mental health. So you need mental strength to be an entrepreneur, to get to the top. Because this you won't have salary to pay, but you must pay. Hello? Who's an entrepreneur before long? This that you work home and your staff are excited and you are sad. You are the one that is sad, but they are happy because their money was complete. You know, they say Ogata, Ogota. Alaru is getting paid, but the employer is going home sad. That's rigor. And you are the CEO, but you are the one that has not gotten paid. The business has not paid you, but has paid everybody. Your salary is 20 million, but you've not made money that month. Have you not seen those nonsense? It's mental rigor. And you still want to get to the top. That's entrepreneurship. So, weak minds build weak business. Daily consistency, showing up every day is not easy. You know, when you've gone through emotional trauma as an entrepreneur and you're pushed and you've not gotten to the top and you have to just show up, daily consistency, you show up with the same energy that you will get to the top. You know, I was reading something 2 days ago and I will see whether I can remember that guy. That guy is a guy that was trying to climb mountains. I've been studying people that climb mountains nowadays. And that guy prepared to climb a mountain for 15 years. And while he was trying to climb, he fell, he got fractured, but he went back to climb. And that guy celebrated climbing after he lost his finger to also trying to climb. And that guy climbed with 4 fingers to get to climb. And the question is, what's bringing that guy back? Yes, because that's entrepreneurship. You're going to break that finger, but you must climb with the 4 fingers. But I don't know. The strength of the finger that got broken will get into the other 4, and what the other 4 cannot do, the previous 5 could not do. You'll be shocked that 4 will move it. The strength you build, but that's something you must build. So this is a leadership engine. What currently in business do you dominate? What do you dominate? Are we redefining or copying? Think about your business. Are you copying what others are doing? Are priorities clear and tracked? And I will talk about execution later on because there's no time for this. Are leaders moving as one? Because most times you've installed leaders that are not going your direction. Have you seen people have frontline leaders that cannot do anything? The owner of the business has more fire than the leadership team you've put together. There's misalignment. And I can tell you, there was someone I read about that had 12 leadership team. Only one got corrupted, but the agenda got aborted. Look at how many members of your leadership team are not in alignment. Only 1 out of 12. Imagine you have 5 people among 12, or 6, or you have 5, but 2 are like this, 3 are like this. You cannot get to the top. So sometimes you have to go and make some rigorous decision. Some people, you've over-promoted them because you've given them leadership role when you didn't know your business want to scale. You give them GM and you give them ED when the business is still small. No, entrepreneurs easily dash title because you dash yourself title early too soon. Because after CAC, you've named yourself CEO, MD, CEO. It took me 8 years or 10 years before I could do business card that have CEO. Because I always put head marketer. Why? Because I couldn't believe people would know I'm the CEO. So in the business, when I go market, my ID card read head sales. So they say, who's the CEO? Oh, the CEO is fine. But I'm the head sales. So they say, you work with that company? Yes, I work with that company. So it's better brand than say I'm the CEO and I'm on the road. Okay, why should I not be passionate? But when they see me as head of sales, they see that, okay, your CEO must be telling you something very good. So they accept me better, but people find it hard. So you dash yourself name too easily at the wrong time. So you've given people that should be ED, that should not be even ED close, you've given them name, and that's why you are struggling. Now, to now remove them when you are scaling is a problem now, because those guys are now in position. Then the problem is you are stuck because we cannot make some decisions. And my concern is, if there's some decisions if you don't make today, you see, stand in your way of being number 1 in your industry. There's nothing you can do. Can performance be repeated? That's system. Because when you see this, is it systemic? Or is it one chance? You know, this one-man syndrome. Only one man. If the person leaves, this company will fail. Hey, these are person. If you have those kind of people you fear in your organizations, you are gone. You see, you don't have a company. You can't get to the top. You can't get to the top. Because there's one person that's your soul that will make you downplay your culture because you don't want to hurt the person. Because you know if you hurt the person will go. And the person go, you know you are finished. So you are already a problem to yourself. There's no system. Oh, it's the only one that can do it. You have a problem already. One person should not be the only one that can do it. Systemic is not systemic. So you're not running well. You're not running a good business. So start looking at those things. So why businesses don't lead? Waiting for one big move. I can tell you, businessmen fail several times, and you're going to have some stories. I'm waiting for your story. You know, we have someone that we're going to be interviewing very soon. You see, businesses, there's no one big move. You just have to make several moves. Because one big move don't exist. When you make this move, it doesn't work. You make another move, then another move, then another move. But you won't know which move will make you move. But you must be moving. Does that make sense to you? So it means that you make no big move. So when you tolerate mediocrity is a problem. Avoiding hard decisions. Leadership is cumulative. 2018, I had to flush the entire system. Sometimes you know that people we have cannot get to the top. And as entrepreneurs that want to get to the top, sometimes you must be ready to start again. Because going is running very fast on the wrong road. So you must make hard decisions. It's hard. It's tough. It's lonely. You don't want to be lonely, but you're actually lonely. Have you seen whereby you're going on the journey and you are still the one bringing all the money and everybody is chilling? Have you seen that before? And you want to still have this feeling that we are plenty. Have you seen sometimes you have 15 people and you know only 5 people you only have 5 human beings. Others are just on the seat. Others are just collecting salary. They're not adding strategic value. But people will say, in our company now, we have 40 staff. But you have 25 strangulating you. No, is that not what's happening? Think about your business. How many staff do you have? How many of them really matter? How many of them really drive results? Are you not seeing that most people are just collecting salary? Think about it. Are you not seeing you are doing CSR already? You are into higher CSR because you have people that are not delivering value, but they are collecting money. Sorry, I don't know who understands this very well, that's what's happening in business. And you don't want them to go because it will look as if it's empty. So you want it to look like it's full when it's actually empty. The business is empty. There's no business. It's just the heads. Head that don't counting, but you have head count. Say we have 20 people, but nobody's thinking about the business goal. So we want to always feel like success, but we're not successful really because we don't have people. He said this guy had mighty men of valor. The guy had people. You know, I read a book one time in the head of, sorry, who's this guy? Hey! Who's this guy that killed the lion in the pit? No, what? No, that's one person again. There's a guy that killed lion. David killed lion. There's a guy also. What? What do you call it? No, Samson killed lion in the pit. Oh, why did I forget the guy's name? Yeah, because I bought books of the guy. I said in the head of. Oh my God, why did I forget his name? Nobody knows the name. What's that? Benias. You see, Benias became the warlord to Solomon. Now, when David was going, he installed Benias to be the one guarding Solomon. Because Benias also was someone that was able to kill someone, run and kill lion in the pit. So I bought a book. In the head of Benias. In the pit with the, so you go online and see them. In the pit with the lion. You need to chase lion in your industry for your name to be written as a warlord. And you can die while you're chasing lion actually, but you can't die. Because people that have gotten to the top, they kill lion too. So you will kill your lion. So now we're going to come back to this. Is my time up, please? Thank you. 9 minutes more. So hard decisions that require courage, clarity, and sacrifice. This is crazy. So I'll just scroll through my hard decisions. I won't go deep because I don't have time again. So this is the first hard decision. Choosing what not to do. You are a general practitioner. Everything you are doing. You know, in those days, When you urinate on a spot, it foams. When you sprinkle your urine, it scatter because you cannot see the map. Have you not urinate on the floor before? Why are you looking at me like this? When you urinate on the floor, it will foam and create map because you concentrated your urine. But a lot of us want to go into several things when you're not good at one thing. I don't know. You're not focused. So you must know what not to do. Kill products that are not adding value yet. Kill partnership that is not giving value yet. Why do you want to be everywhere? Say no to revenue that doesn't align with strategy. Focus creates dominance. When you build a stem, you can now diversify. But you need the energy to build first before diversifying. You need to put all your mind into something before diversifying. So, number 2, letting the wrong people go. Hey, this is the challenge. Removing people. Remove high effort. Some people that will say, we've tried, but it didn't add value to the system. Low impact team members, but they will be looking as if they are working. Remove them from your team. Exit loyal but ineffective. They are very loyal. They look like they are, okay sir. But when you leave their wheelbarrow, they don't push the business. They're loyal people, but they're not adding business value. They're ineffective. And in Africa, we are used to be very close to loyal people that are not adding business value. We celebrate loyalty more than competence. That's why our business does not get, because our friend gets the job more than the person can do the job. Your son got the MD when you know he cannot drive the business. That's Africa for you. That's why our businesses don't scale. Because we don't put the right man for the job. We put who we feel comfortable around to drive the job. So, one wrong person in the kitchen, please. Everybody is looking at that person. And if that person is not achieving, you cannot tell people in your system to achieve. Because the person you call loyal is not achieving. Let the wrong people go. Because if you actually die, that business is gone. Think about it. You won't die young. But think about you're not there again. You can see that you don't even have a business. You don't have something that can scale. So this is the time before you die. You start making it good. Start making the way. There's some people you've put in roles that if you die today, they're the ones that make that business fail. You know that the reason why it succeeds, you are around. That you know that when you are not around, they're the one that will steal all the money. You know. So what do? Get them go when you're alive. Because they won't help. They will be the bottleneck to that business growth when you're no longer there.
What if your business succeeds today but disappears tomorrow? That dilemma defines modern leadership. How do you win now without losing next? Join the Global Senior Leadership Acceleration Program in Doha, themed Janus Leadership. Learn to lead in 2 directions while you win in all directions. Janus Leadership. Win today, lead tomorrow.
So, confront underperformance directly. Call out mediocres. Tie performance strictly to consequence. People in Nigeria, if you look at it critically, every bank that has high consequence are the ones doing well. But those are the banks that everybody complain that there's too much of pressure. Zenith Bank, they do meeting in the morning and you tell them what you are going to do. And in the evening, they do meeting, the whole meeting and say, have you done it? That's massive execution. Come and lie in the morning. And they will ask you, where is it in the evening? Then next morning, what are you going to do in the morning? Well, have you done it in the evening? They don't ask you every week, they ask you every day. Openly. Open all. Sorry. Do you know people who have pressure? But that's how they grew. Any bank that doesn't do it, they are the third class banks. Their banks are not doing it. They're not doing well too. They're not making money. But people will not push because they know that if they don't push, they get rewarded. Because so what's the consequence of not pushing? Have you not seen Nigeria believes that if you want me to do well, you pay me more? No, you pay me incentive. The money you are paying them is not incentive yet. Oh. When they now do live up to expectation, they expect you to also reward them for living up to expectation. They said that will motivate me. So the salary is not motivating you yet. The question is that when we don't achieve our goal, what's the consequence? If we don't have it, there's a problem. What you tolerate becomes your culture. Very important. You say, I've won them. If warning them and shouting at them is what you do, that becomes your culture. A guy will just warn us and move. That's your culture. They know you already. You are a warner. And you are someone. You will never do anything. You are a dog that keep barking, that nothing gets done. That's why nothing gets done. So what do you do again? Changing a working model before it breaks. Why? Something might work today, might not work tomorrow. You must be ready to pivot. Have it at the back of your mind. It's working now does not mean it will take you to the future. Pricing value. Increase price even when your competitors are not. Because of value. Some of us are very scared. If I had 5 naira, you cannot get to the top that way. You know, walk away from people that will price you in kobo. I was talking to a client, and they said, I have consultants that will collect this for me. I said, then I'm not the one you're looking for. So I feel there are a lot of them. I can even recommend a lot to you, but I'm not the one you're looking for. Because I'm not who you're looking, and I'm not looking for you too. Say someone, I'm not, but there are a lot of people also looking for you. So go and meet them. But not me, I'm not looking for you. So, and you should be okay with it that you are not everybody looking for you. Poor people are not looking for me. Why do you have so many customers that are poor? You have anointing for poverty. Anointing is attracting poor customers. It's your positioning that is causing problem. So what do? Cheap positioning attracts weak markets. And it makes you stay at the bottom for long. Now, building systems instead of depending on people. Standardized processes. Very important. SOPs. Remove dependency on individuals. Very important. Business scale on systems, not effort. Have systems in place that run your business. Holding leaders accountable. Those guys in front seat. Let them also account to the team. You know, most times we exempt leaders from accounting to the team. We want to have secret meetings with leaders. Hello? So the MD alone want to meet the leaders. Hello, you're not doing well now. You're not doing well now. Wait. Are people foolish? They know you're not. They know your leaders are not doing well now. Wait. People know. People know that you think people you've hired don't know that your leaders are not doing well. They know. But you are keeping it secret. A leader is walking in any time. And you are now addressing the person in secret. Accountability. Sorry, I'm your MD. I don't come late. ED, you cannot come late. ED, a culture is, please, if you're truly a leader, you must lead by example. Any leader you have installed that cannot lead by example is destroying your culture. So you need to lead, because that business cannot scale. Leadership failure is the root of all execution failure because they're not aligning. So saying no to misalignment is very important. Partnership that doesn't align with you, clients don't align with you, project that don't align with your long-term direction, don't be available for everything. Okay? Very, very important. Say no. Not every opportunity is progress. You know, you need to know which one you go for, which one you won't go for, and go for the ones that align with who you are, who you want to be in the future. Then, invest in capability. Now, I want people to desire to invest in your teams, in your staff. Invest in long-term. We're too short-term here. I realize that people in Nigeria, you see, when I do leadership training, I see people attend more than when I do sales training. People don't like training their salespeople very well because they say they might go. But what if they stay? Because they cannot drive your product. Invest in capability. As a leader too, are you eating well for the future of your business? So you must eat well. And now, how can you be the only one eating well and everybody is skinny? Have you seen some leaders that they're the one looking fresh, everybody is skeleton? I'm talking about mental skeleton. I'm not talking about physical. So you are the one that have eaten every mind. You now said, why are you guys behaving like this? We're not eating. Our mind is a now. We have kwashoko. Hello, sir. We have kwashoko of the mind. Say, where I went to in Harvard, they've not eaten anything. They would think like dumbs also. You have to give them good food if they will power your business. It gives the right ROI. Facing the truth about business. We are not leading. We are struggling. Don't pretend. Let's start looking for the problems. Don't let us pretend. You can't fix what you won't confront. Anyway, thank you.
Please, a round of applause for Mr. Jibola Bamidele.
Seed Academy, your growth partner.